Why is it not showing my screen? On stream, why is it black? Ah, there we go. That's better. I think everything is set up now. Yeah, we can just start. I know there's nobody here yet, but I don't want to keep Sai waiting. It's pretty cool that he's actually back. Max Zero version 2, yeah. Schmagmar. Last time he played that against me, it was a bit aggro-ish. Probably should keep this because of Flash Archon, actually. We have a lot of early drops, so I can definitely afford to keep that. Mid-tile. Yeah, in this deck, well, we could get Regalia, so never mind. I do like mid-tile, but Regalia is very strong against Magmar, of course, so just in case I would get it and it would be my best play, felt like I should put it there. I don't really have other 4-cost cards that I need to play turn 2 because the only 4 drops besides Regalia are fucking Rejuve and Immo. They're not really playable turn 2. Yeah, oh, I thought he was great affording that for some reason. Jaxi, very awkward. So if I put the Sword of Kek there, then he doesn't really get a good trade, only bad trades. But then it is dead on board. But I think I don't care. You know, we're Lionar, we can't really do something good with this. We only have Hard Sister Jux. So I think it's actually better to put this in the tile than this and allow him to punch this. So, do I take 1 more damage on my general or 1 more damage on this? Depends on if he plays blood here. I do want to stay a bit close to this thing so that I can hit the egg, because he might put the egg there. It might be hard to get to. Guarded Frenzy is a card that exists in aggro. So I put this one forward, then Guarded Frenzy is a bit worse. Yeah, I take 1 less damage on myself because, like I said, last time he played Magmar against me, it was aggro-ish. And I don't think he plays blood here. You know, if your opponent doesn't play blood here, then it doesn't matter if this is 2 or 1 health against Magmar. Hey Bladden, how's it going? Bad with sleep and shit. In general, real life, not amazing, but also not bad. Like slightly below average, just because of sleep really. If I could just sleep properly, I would have almost no problems. It's really just that. I've been ultra busy still and haven't been keeping up past week. What are you busy with Duelyst or real life stuff? And is evolving a CVT6 sort of Megazord Zero Dex versus aggro, and then I can't read it because YouTube chat sucks and it keeps putting this stupid heart emoji in front of the last played thing. But yes, I made this meme deck, Bladem, and this version 2, I'm playing this for the first time. I played version 1 9 games earlier, kind of today, kind of yesterday against Solafit. I won the first 4 games, surprisingly, even against aggro decks. And then what else? Oh, and then I lost 4 games in a row, and then we had the 9th last match and I won that. So positive win rate against Solafit with a deck that is supposed to be a meme. hard to replace here, because I don't really know what he has in his deck exactly. He could still have Arkansas shit, and then martyrdoming that is bad. It also means I don't do anything this turn. This is nice for Harvester or other thingies, but you know, this is at least a minion. I think I should replace the Circle of Life, because Martyrdom is just more reliable and cheaper. Circle of Life is better in a very late game. So I think I will just have to allow him to rush things, because Martyrdom pass is just awful. It's also annoying that I can't take more damage on my general, because that makes Rejuve very bad, of course. Rejuve is just not a great card, honestly. I should probably just cash in this thing. Otherwise, I mean, that also allows me to play around Frenzy a bit. You know, just in case he plays some kind of Frenzy shit in that. Doesn't really make sense to hit with that, but against Magmar it kind of does. Because, you know, they always clear your board. Still not sure if that was correct. Maybe I should have just kept it on board, be annoying. There's also a reason not to martyrdom that. But we don't have anything to play with this next turn unless we replace into a 2-drop. Young one. Yeah, he's a bit low on cards. What happened? Double 2-drop into 3+2. That's what happened. He's been playing 2 cards since turn 1. So his turn is pretty weak. But so is ours, potentially. Hard to replace here. Well, I don't need 2 martyrdoms, right? I think Regalia Phase is just better. If I go to the mid tile, then the Vindicator self-blocks him, kind of. Like, I force him to have to move the Vindicator. And then next turn we might have a good Tempest. Of course, this was already a good Tempest, but he's playing a lot of shitty things, so I feel like we can get better value out of this. But yeah, now I force him to move the Vindicator first if he wants to rush something into my face. I know he gets the value on this egg thing, but I don't really care when I have Tempest in hand. Looks like it's actually not really relevant that I made him move his Vindicator. Because, yeah, just moving it there doesn't really hurt him. Still, mid-tile is good, right? It's just that if I go here, it's harder for him to block me. But I thought I could maybe force him to play into this plus Emo. By making him a bit crammed. Tracer, that's surprising. Oh yeah, he was also playing Twin Fang. That's right. No, he's not hitting with that. Yeah, of course he isn't. It doesn't do anything. How much mech progress do we have? Okay, we're getting close. If we keep this in our hand, maybe I just keep... No, this is a weak card now. I'm thinking if I should clear the egg or this thing. You know, it plays around net select if I don't clear that. Again, I don't really care about that. So let's threaten him a bit. We could also play the mech, actually, instead of this. It's worse into Mecanter, is the problem. Yeah, I would rather play this. I just wonder where. You know, if he Mecanters, then he still needs to... Yeah, I just want to threaten him. I think this makes sense. Yes, it means he can Mecanter, and then I can't kill the Mecanter with my Silverguard Knight, but then he also goes to 9 HP, and I still have a Regalia charge, so I don't think he would dare to do that. No, I just need an Immo to kill him, basically. If he does that. There's the Archon. That really sucks because I'm getting close to killing him. But, you know, I could indeed maybe just go face. Actually, we might have lethal because I have mech. 6, 7, 8, 11 were one off. Now I really... The problem is I can't do much damage with this thing. Because I have to run away if I'm going face. I'm also a bit scared of dying because 8 HP means I'm dead to rush Archon. He would need a flash with that at least. Actually, I'm not dead to that because I have Regale on my face. So, do I just slow this thing down by putting the provoke here? I think that makes sense. Oh, I lost the Regalia. Well, I do set up lethal. He needs to have Flash Vindicator Archon or he loses, I'm pretty sure. I forgot that you lose the Regalia, that's very sad. I should have probably put this thing in the middle though. Now the Macanta here is good, kind of. Well, no, that's not good, he dies. So maybe I didn't need to play around Macanta at all. Maybe I should have just put all of this shit in an as relevant spot as possible. Never mind, he didn't have the Archon combo. And this is also why I lost 4 games against Solafit after winning the first 4. Because I'm playing too risky with mech. In those 4 games that I lost, every time I didn't play the most safe line and just turned into mech because I was a bit too excited, it's fun, and got punished. And this game that could have happened again. He still had 2 Archons and 2 Vindicators and he hadn't played a single Flash. So it was not super unlikely. Let's see what Bladem wrote. Do you know what the digital nomad is? Yes, because I am one, Bladem. Kind of. No, not even kind of, I am one. I work for a Belgian company as a Dutch person while living in Korea. I think that's as digital nomad as it gets, right? Versus agromech apparently, yeah. Is there a term for that in Dutch? No, we just take the English word, which is what we do in general. The Dutch language is in a bit of a sad state because of English. Just like how it used to be with French in the 19th century, that people just prefer another language and don't take their own language seriously. I don't mind it too much because I'm quite the opposite of a patriotic type, but it does make the language quite ugly sometimes. He's playing Primus Fist, so I can't really put this in range of that thing. Regalia too good. Same with this thing, I guess. I'm even considering playing this instead of this. Because it's more stats. Frenzy is more annoying though. Let's just do it like this. Because then he can't really put shit in these tiles without getting frenzied. That's more annoying than Windblade. Nice. And let's see what else Ben wrote. If you click 3 dots top right of chat and click off and turn off reactions, then the heart goes away. Top right of chat, let me see. Yeah, the thing is... perfect. Thanks, Bladem. I thought it would work because I'm not accessing chat through YouTube itself, but through OBS. But it actually works in OBS the same way. So you solved that issue. I was annoyed by that the past 9 streams. Thanks. Been busy with math career stuff. Well, that's nice actually, because that's actually useful. I had to do useful things this weekend, but instead I played Duelyst and Civilization 4. That did include some modding, so at least I learned a bit about coding. But it's not like I have a career in coding, so I'm not sure how useful it is for my life. Hard to replace anything here. The 3-attack Jaxi is annoying for my Silverguard Knight and for this thing. Do need to deny mana tiles at least a bit. But I don't think I mind giving him one, because there's no way he plays Elder in an aggro-ish deck. So I'm not scared of Flash Elder. Even if he does have it, I can stall it for at least one turn. So I think I just don't replace. Put the Silverguard Knight here to deny the mana tile. And then if he wants to clear the Silverguard Knight, at least I can hit the Jaxi token easily after that. And yeah, I think I'm just not gonna replace, because these cards could all be good. This is not a horrible 5-mana turn usually against Magmar. This thing has to be a bit protected. I don't really want to move this one up, because then it's easier to play around Frenzy. He can flash me here, that would be annoying. One forward. No, he plays Twin Fang. I guess I wouldn't be unhappy if he Twin Fang kills this, because it's hard to take off the charges. I'm a bit concerned about this position here because of Flash Beast, but if he doesn't have Greater Fort, I guess I don't really care. Yeah, without Greater Fort, that's not an issue. It's just 4 damage, which is irrelevant. We have Rejuve's Mystic and Circle of Life. And it gets rid of 2 very good cards, especially Flash. And it would be his whole turn. Well, he could play a 2-drop with that. So what's also bad is Flash Mercantor with a Mystic. That's similar to Greater Fort Mercantor. So I'm not sure if this was correct. Maybe I should have just put the Windblade here. Don't care that it's not an Zeal. There it is, of course. I never don't have it. I do wonder why, if I predict these things, then why don't I play around? Okay, he didn't have anything to combine with it, so it's fine. He does have a 2-drop, but it's not a big deal. I think there are better things than Mystics. Tempest a bit too passive here, I think. That's why I also replaced the Mystic, because I didn't feel like Tempest Mystic was as strong as just equipping Regalia. It is of course a bit weaker because he has a young Scimitar on board, but it's still strong. He doesn't have Mercantor mana yet, so I'm fine playing this. And I put it not in range of this. If he wants to hit that with his general, I don't mind, because then he's near my Regalia. This doesn't just give me mech progress, but it makes it harder for him to annoy my Regalia with the egg. Which entices him to hit this, and then he's in range of my Regalia. Let's read, because I'm quite behind on chat, which is a nice feeling. It has been a while that I've been behind on chat. Frogestream prog breaking Regalia is a bug. Oh really? It's supposed to carry over? I'm happy about that. So all the artifacts are supposed to carry over, right? I do think that would be more fun. I don't think Megazord is overpowered at the moment by any stretch, so it feels like a why not kind of thing. Yeah, that's why I'm asking about Digital Nomad. Did you hear about it through Dutch or through English? It was always in English. We don't have a term for it in the Dutch language at all. In general, all those modern business terms, anything related to business, really, it's in English. What was your motivation for your penultimate move and the one before that? I mean, I always hated anything related to offices, even when I didn't know how it was to play in an office. Work in an office. Tempest is starting to look dangerous here. Maybe we just double Tempest this board. Because it deals with everything. How much mag progress do we have? Not much, so maybe I should just remove this. What else could I get that is better? Because I would rather find new regalias and shit, and things with 4 attack. Because of Plasma Storm and Macanter. And Martyrdom for Archon. So let's replace this. Yeah, honestly, I don't think there's anything better I can do here. Good thing I didn't play Tempest last turn, because yeah, Twin Fang is a threat. We're both kind of dying this turn. I should have more heals in my deck than he does, though. That's also why I kept this, of course. Yeah, that is a very bad turn, because I'm not doing anything. But at least we deal with everything. We did kill our only guy. I think that turn, he's happy with that. Yes, he lost his board in his artifact, but now he has the initiative. With 6 mana. And then I did actually get experience working in an office Bladem. And then I hated it as much, or maybe even more, as I expected. So that was really part of the motivation. The other part of the motivation is that work culture, the working conditions in Korea are pretty bad. Not like China kind of bad where you get cancer for working in a factory. That kind of shit is the same as in the EU when it comes to protecting health and shit, but not the mental part, the mental health. They don't respect that part. Oh, that's surprisingly weak. I'm lucky that he doesn't have an Archon. Or maybe he does and he's like, you know, he has a Martyrdom. But he played this to heal. Martyrdom would heal him. Anyway, this is in this version of the deck I have only 1 cannon and only 1 Chassis of Mechazor. Just to eat for spell immune or to get Zir ranged after Mechazor dies into Zir. It does mean I am immune to mana burn. No, that target spell, the space. Still, this can be combined with a lot of things in my deck, like Rejuve and Regalia on the next turn. I think I should keep it. It's the only one in my deck. It's awkward versus Macanter if I play around it entirely, so... No, I need to find Martyrdom pretty badly. And yeah, the working conditions in Korea are bad, but I really like living here. There really are only 2 things that I dislike about Korea, and that is that the air quality is not always great. It's not that bad. It's not like India or China. It's just not perfect. And the other thing is, yeah, the working conditions. So that was another motivation. Oh, there is Archon. I replaced for Martyrdom on a lot of turns. But we haven't seen one yet. We have 1 more replace to get it. You know, this thing could allow me to escape, potentially. If I become mech, so maybe I should stop replacing mech pieces. Yeah, if I get the cheap one with this... No, I won't have mana to eat this, but yeah, then I could escape. I would rather drop Zeers than Mystics, even though Mystic is more reliable heal. Do we have enough mana for that? 5, and then the other thing also costs 5. That's the problem. So even next turn we can't do the escape. So I guess just Zir and pray. I guess I just stay here, or can I self-block him somehow? No. But I guess running away makes sense, because that means I get more distance when I airdrop myself away. Oh, now I can actually airdrop myself. I can pay for it. So if we don't die this turn, we can become mech and escape from the Archon, and then it doesn't matter that we don't have Martyrdom. We still don't have it. The Helm of Mech would have been perfect last turn, right? Would we then have enough mana? I don't know. Also, eating the Helm is also really nice because it gives me 4 extra health, which means we don't die to Rush Archon, which is very likely on 9 mana because he didn't play any Vindicators yet and only 1 Archon. I think those were all the reasons why I went for the digital nomad things. Then let's see what Virtual has to say. I remember your name from the Twitch days and from Discord, I think. So you moved from Japan. It was the last I heard about you, sadly. Yeah, I always lived in Korea. The Japan thing was a 1-year thing. I had like an opportunity to live there for a year, and I was like, well, I want to start a family sooner rather than later, so I should probably do this now, because moving to Japan for a year is not something I would do if I have a family. I'm not the kind of dad to get milk. Also not the kind of lover to get milk. We have a Vindicator. Yeah, that's very sad. Now we take a lot of damage, but that's fine, we can escape. Actually, maybe we can escape into Zir first. If he hits us, oh, he doesn't. I guess that's on purpose, he just sold his Zir, so there was no reason to hit me with his general, because then I could suicide in the Zir. We can actually kill this with our Mechazor thing, because we'll go to 7 attack when we eat this. So that's pretty cool. How much progress do we need again? 2, and then we need to eat. I need to drop this in a spot I actually want to go to. I can do it like this. Actually, I want this there. I'm not sure what the best location is for my general. Let's do this first before we get fucked. Is this even worth playing? I guess it is, to threaten this thing a bit more. Hey, now we got Martyrdom. But yeah, the best thing is that we can't really die out of hand, which is rare as mech. And if we eat another mech piece, we threaten to kill him over 2 turns. We're on 9 mana, so that will be easy. We also discounted the BBS by playing this last turn. And we have another safeguard for our health, and that's Zir, which is also pretty cool. So now with this hand, I suddenly feel quite comfortable. A bit low on hand size. If he makes some face play, I also have Rejuve. But yeah, Bladham in my... wait, I'm still behind on chat, but I first want to say to Bladham, my old version had triple Sun Drop, because that's a great card. But then, in one of the games against Solafit, I discovered you can't Sun Drop your own face as mech. I thought you needed to eat Justice of Mech to get the spell immunity, but that's not true. It already has spell immunity, so I can't Sundrop my own face. So then I switched to a deck. I already was playing 2 Circles of Life, but I went to a 3rd copy and 2 Rejuves, because those actually work. Okay, that's sad. But that's why I have a one-off Cannon of Mech and shit in my deck. To get my range back. There is Archon. We didn't play that cannon, so... He's playing Metamorphosis. I guess this is not the face deck that I was playing against earlier. This is just more normal control-ish Magmar. So he might actually play Elders. Martyrdom on this is a big value, because then I also kill this with my Helm. This heals me for 2 at the moment. I can get Frenzy back if I eat that. That's something. It would be 7 mana kind of. Yeah, maybe I should just keep this hand. Or replace for... Well, we have a lot of heals in the deck and we'll go to 9. Which is still not dead to this combo. And we also have Zir. Yeah, I think I can replace Reju for Cannon of Mech. That's the main thing I'm looking for now. Eat this. Yeah, I want the Frenzy back. I don't really want to be near his face yet, though. He might be playing Bounded Life Force or something. Hey, we can become immune to spells again. With the only copy of Chassis. Yeah, we're looking for the other one off. Mana burn again. No, that's sad. So Rejuve was not a replace. I forgot that works like that. I thought that would heal, but it's not heal, it's a buff. So that's a good thing to learn here. Eating the max is not a heal, it's a buff, so it can be dispelled by Mana Burn again. That's very sad. Cool game though. It was an interesting one. We shot down an Archon. Let's get back on chat. Programming is fun, that's how I make a living. That does seem like a pretty good job. I don't find programming that fun, but I do enjoy the results of programming. In this case, you know, modding, and then being able to play with my own creations, basically. We do have a lot of 2-drops, but nah, it's too risky. I need to replace it. Because of Flash Archon, I like to keep that, but yeah, we didn't see this card at all last game. That's okay though, he didn't play into it at all either, so it was not useful anyway. How is the meta nowadays in Touch Duelist nowadays to make the transformation very new for me? That's because this is another duelist than you might think it is virtual. This is not Dreamsloth. It's also not Duelist.gg forehead. This is Duelist Origins. It doesn't have a ladder yet. You can only play friendlies because it's very new. It only exists for like a month or something. I mean, this is a minion. Yeah, I have to play Circle rather than this, even though I don't really want either of those things. Flash Mechanic could be very annoying if I put this like in the tile. I probably want to annoy his Jaxi though. I think here makes sense that I'm spread out a bit already. But I can also move 2 backwards to summon something in the tile and then use my general in a different location. Spreading out is good against Magmar. Usually you don't want to put things against the wall, because then, you know, I can't really play around Mechanic that well here, but I don't need to yet, it's early. It's just a good setup for the future. Because if you put things on the wall, you can only put something here and walk 2 back to play around Mechanic instead of playing something and then walking 2 down. If this is not on the wall but 1 down, that works. Primus is a very good card. You know, we can protect the mana tile easily, so we could do a 2-drop Immo next turn. And we might get another Helm. If I do, I probably do want to Immo there, so I'm gonna replace Rejuve. Another Immo, that's useless. What do I even Mystic here though? Because when I ping this, healing that doesn't really do much. I guess I force him to hit it with his general, that's annoying. Do we just cash this in? We haven't seen him play Harvester yet. So I think I'll keep it on the board. It's in a bit more relevant spot, but maybe I don't want him to be able to move 2 down. He can still do that, but then at least he has to suicide the Primus. I just keep getting Rejuve. Might be fine though. Might be the only thing I can play next turn. Also, I put these things like this because I don't want this to ping my Windblade. Of course, Flash Mercantor again. But if he doesn't have anything with that again, and then I mostly mean Mystic or Greater Fort, I don't mind too much. But if he does have Mystic or Greater Fort, I feel very bad. That would be a reason to put the Mystic one forward. Then he can still Flash Mercantor here, but then at least he doesn't get the mana tile. So I think that was a mispositioning. I should have put this one forward. That would have been better. He does have Mystic, so we're very sad. Now I'm happy with the Rejuves. I'm gonna have to play a bunch of them. 1 drop will be nice. Nope. I don't want the next Mercantor to hit my face, so I would rather have him Mercantor the Helmet of Mech in the Rejuve and have that Mercantor be out of position. Do we die if Megazord dies? Yes. Megazord Progress was the opening game of the Duelyst 2 release, am I remembering correctly? Yes, you're correct. Like I said a few minutes earlier, this is a completely new game. And this is more fun. That's why I'm playing again virtual, because I had completely quit the older version. It was not fun. But this game I like, so easy. Eat a Helm. Oh no, now I see what you mean by eating them. Yes, there's only one BBS in this game, and that is the Megazord BBS. You have a very expensive way to eat your own mechs, and then you get their stats and keywords. That spell does get discounted according to your progress though. So if you become mech and then play, let's say, another 4 mech pieces, then the BBS is only 1 mana. So then eating is very cheap. Dog. Hello, goats. I didn't know Duelyst start to have a lot of versions. Yes. It's actually crazy how many versions there are. Okay, getting in the danger zone here. Can't even really immo that. How much mech progress do I have? Not much at all. Because I can keep this in the back now and then I can escape. But he's also playing Tracer. Yeah, I guess Scientist is playing some kind of Twin Fang mid-range. That's the best way to describe it at the moment. Do need to keep this to deal with his artifact, maybe. This plus this could be good next turn. This plus this is probably my turn here. If I emo this shit, he goes to 6-7, and I'll be on 17 HP. So we might be alive, actually, if we do that. I mean, we'll be basically dead, but... I haven't seen him play Greater Forge yet, so this could also be good protection. And I need all this healing probably. Okay, let's do a YOLO play. Let's keep all of this. Get fucked by... animation? No. You know, this Twin Fang shit is also so strong because I have to play around Monetisation every turn, you know? If these minions were close to me, it would not be as much of a problem. We're probably dead. Yep. That's 2 extra damage because of Twin Fang. Not sure how we deal with Twin Fang in this deck. Well, he doesn't seem to be playing Plasma Storm and Harvester and shit, so I think the way to play around that is playing minions. It looks like his Magmar deck doesn't actually have many ways to remove minions as much. Really, the only removal we've seen is Mana Burn and Metamorphosis. No Plasma Storm, no Harvester. Harvester is... you have to play that card with fucking Twin Fang, no? I guess we'll find out. We're just testing this deck. Might go back to my old version of this, even though that version feels like more of a meme, actually. Sometimes this is good, sometimes that. Giving my general spell immunity, as we've seen in game 2 today against Scientist, so 2 games ago, it was useless because he had mana burns all the time. So just playing this as a 5-4 is maybe not bad. So maybe I just keep this hand. But most of the time Regalia is going to be better, right? So let's replace for a real 2-drop with that. Or that. And now I don't feel like replacing. Because that's too good in case this dies somehow. You know, maybe he plays 2-drop Mana Burn. I don't think that would be worth it, but you never know what other people think is worth, right? It is high tempo after all. You know, if his hand is 2-drop Mana Burn Twin Fang, that it kind of makes sense, because then I just can't deal with Twin Fang after that. It looks like a Vindicator, otherwise why would you put him in there? If he plays a Vindicator, I might want to keep this. Yeah. In that case I would rather keep this than Rejuve, because Rejuve doesn't answer that. We can't hit face with this turn anyway, so... This makes it a bit harder to protect that thing. But he can still walk into the corner, then it's still not dead on board. So I don't think it's worth playing into a Flash Mecanter again. We got Flash Mecantered twice last game, and twice it was on the Mana Tile, and twice he had a 2-drop to play with it. So let's try to actually play around it this time. Let's try to actually play around that Flash Mecanter, walk into a tile, play a 2-drop. That's also why Mecanter is so much better than Immo. It's not the only reason, but that's a big reason, the fact that Mecanter can move. Phalanxar, the boy. Hey, at least we can finish that off with one of the stupid helms. So that's not so bad. Well, he does still have mana. Maybe he Greater Forge to kill one of these. But yeah, we haven't seen him play Greater Forge yet. This card does seem pretty good against his deck. Only Metamorphosis and Mana Burn. And Mana Burn doesn't really deal with it. It only deals with the, you know, this not actually healing me for 12 thing, but it doesn't deal with the body. Still, it's too early for you. Oh yeah, Bladum, in my old version that I played for 9 games against Solofit, I also had a 1 of Zurel. Have to do it, right? 5 mana. This is kind of the last turn where I want to play minions. Because this last turn he doesn't have Macanter, and then after that I will Regalia and go face, and then Macanter becomes a dead card. I can block this tile still. Do I want to be near that with my general? I think so. It threatens to kill that with Regalia, right? I just wonder, what do I put on this tile? Yeah, the Frenzy is nice to have near me. Because then it's awkward to put things in my face. Multiple things. And that gives me a better Regalia board, right? If it doesn't put a lot of minions near me. Tempest could be nice. We can't play anything with it though. But yeah, it deals with this thing. I still haven't seen a Martyrdom, even though I'm replacing every turn. Because next turn, not just Macanter is a problem, but also Archon. I could skip my turn with this, but I do need 4 damage on board to clear it with Circle. I can clear Archon like a chat with Circle of Life if I have Regalia on my face. Maybe putting Sword of Mech here would have been more awkward for him anyway, actually. It would still be near my face. And then he can't move 2 down without moving his general forward and shit, and then it will be in range of the Sword of Mech. Maybe that was a misplay. I thought this was correct, this positioning of the 2 minions, but now that he's trying to move that down, I'm like, that was probably not true. Tempest starting to look good, but we need something to play with it. Yeah. This is still relatively okay against Archon. I mean, it's better than nothing, so I think I should keep that. Yeah, that's what I wanted. How do I play around Macanter? Well, I can just do that if I don't care about going face with my general. So let's just not go face with our general. Now I want my Zir back because I'm going here. Oh, replace Bach, thank you. Thank you, replace Bach. Also, this plus this could be decent, or this plus this, then I don't even need the mana tile. So yeah, the Tempest was just in time before he could rush out in Archon. Let's read chat, I'm still behind, I think. It's a good feeling to be behind on chat again. I think this is the first time since I returned to streaming that I'm behind on chat, like the old days. Artifacts plus removal still good, yep. I mean, Twin Fang is just an insane card, it's very scary. Especially now that Soma is quite different, and it doesn't really have the artifact hate anymore. What the fuck is that? Oh, a Tracer. I was like, how can you steal my mana? The boy, that's annoying. Because it cocks Regalia and Windblade. Circle of Life, I do nothing. I kind of feel uncomfortable replacing here. Because this plus this, even if I don't use my Regalia, it's not bad. You know, I can walk 2 spaces away, then this can't even hit me. And Macanter is not great into 2/4 attack minions. And then I keep this to deal with that. If I get another 2-drop, how much mech do I have? Also decent. Yeah, this for next turn, then I can also regain hand size. And the reason I don't feel comfortable replacing this is also Archon. I could replace for Martyrdom, of course, but if I don't get it, I don't have any answers. And it could be very nice for dealing with this. So I'm gonna do something weird. I'm gonna do this. He's playing Primus Fist, so I don't want this to be in range of that. I'll put this here, even though it can self-body block me. I want this to be relatively close to me. I could move it 2 spaces there. Hey, Martyrdom, nice. And a 2-drop to play with Circle of Life. A 2-drop that can always play around Macanter too, very easily. I would probably just drop it in the corner though, to set up an escape later with the Eat spell. This is of course not a great play, but with my hand size, I felt like this was correct. I felt like replacing was a bit risky. Twin Fang, also very scary. Nice anti-ammo box. Circle on Life, it does damage, right? Yeah, so it turns on the Twin Fang, which is very annoying. Martyrdom doesn't, so I could also Martyrdom that and then hit his face once. But then what do I play with that, right? Escaping doesn't do that much when he's playing Tracer. I think I need to replace this for artifact answers. Okay, we would have had mech. Very sad. Maybe I should have just replaced the Circle of Life. This Mystic is annoying. It's like in the wrong location. I can't really play around. Godverdomme, now he gets a Twin Fang. Twin Fang charge. I was thinking about putting it here, it just gives such a nice Macanter that I didn't know what poison to pick. Now we have mech. It is very risky though to turn into mech. We just die to rush Archon and he doesn't even need flash with that on the next turn. He can actually charge his Twin Fang even more by hitting my face with the Tracer, even though it doesn't do any damage. Which is pretty funny. There's Archon. Thankfully we didn't Martyrdom last turn. Just to draw a card, or is he flashing a rejuve or something? I'm afraid we're just gonna die to that artifact over time with a Tracer. We do have Immos. So yeah, this is mech. I guess it could help against the artifact, but yeah, maybe Circle of Life is actually worse. It does deal with this though. It's kind of hard to get past that without Circle. I don't want to Martyrdom that, obviously. I'm actually gonna replace Silverguard Knight. Not sure if it's correct. No, this is always gonna get Martyrdomed. And I guess we might as well make this trade now, even though it charges him. So I could become mech this turn. The problem is I will die to Rush Archon because Regalia breaks when I become mech. So I'll play only this thing, which actually also threatens to kill that. Let's set up a way to hide myself in the corner. Then it will be safe to become mech. This is also relatively good against Mechander, this positioning. Next turn I can maybe be here instead of my Windblade, and then Rush Archon doesn't kill me. And another Martyrdom is also nice. And yeah, then I just go face with mech and hope I can do that 3 times before he kills me, because if I shoot him 3 times, that also deals with that. Where are the immos though? This deck actually plays 3. The old version that I played against Solofit for 9 games played only 2. But this version went to 3, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I should double check. If that's true, or if this is still only 2 copies. Also, these things heal me even when I mech. That was kind of the point of version 2. Zurel, oh. I really didn't expect fucking Zurel in fucking Twin Fangled deck. Must be a one-off. That really sucks. At least it doesn't have flying anymore. And we got another Martyrdom. It's just, after that we have only one more Martyrdom. And that's a bit problematic. We could also just kill that with these 2 minions. Or use a circle this turn with the Windblade adept. I just can't really become mech yet. Let's replace this. Because of this thing, it will be able to clear. Maybe just Martyrdom that. I don't need to do that now, but it does mean I can start smacking this a bit. And then die to Tracer. We also definitely lose to another one of those things, but... Let's play around meta with this thing. I couldn't turn into mech yet, because then I died to Rush Archon. Oh, we got the last Martyrdom in their deck, that's lucky. But yeah, he has 2 more Archons, and this is our last Martyrdom, so... And maybe he plays more Zurels somehow in a Twin Fang deck. What the fuck? How can you play all these cards in one deck? I don't get it. I feel like I'm playing Dreamsloth shit. We can kill this with mech. But I don't understand how he has room for that in a Twin Fang deck. It's actually mind-boggling. I think he's really not playing Spirit Harvester in a Twin Fang deck. And no Plasma Storm and so on. But now that we know this, you know, we can adjust for the next games. You're also useless, I guess, but it can at least buff myself after he dispels me. Tempest. How much mana is that? It's still 5. Archon doesn't fuck that at least. Let's start shooting these things. Yeah, I guess Zir will have to do this. Make it more awkward for him to approach me. Now we of course die to Tracer, but I didn't feel like we have a way to win if we don't kill these things for free, because we already need these removals for and next Archons and these things that will catch up eventually. It does mean he has meta for this, but then he still takes a charge of his Twin Fang, so I don't really care. Actually, that means I'm not dead to Tracer. He needs Tracer and Mana Burn, or Tracer and meta. I kind of forgot that I had a Zero on board. And of course I don't allow this to be mecantered with my face. And I definitely wanted to play it because it threatens to hit his Twin Fang. And I definitely need to deal with that. We finally have an ammo, but now we don't have minions anymore. Regalia could be cool. Yeah, our Mechazor hit and the Tempest could allow us to deal with the Twin Fang maybe, because it looks like he's going to hit the Zir. He's having a hard turn as well. There is a meta, but don't really see what that does. Well, it heals him for 4, I guess. Oh, he has somehow Harvester in his deck too? Is that it? What the fuck? I don't get it. How can we play all Magma cards in one deck? I kind of don't want to kill that. Now we need the Escape Boy. Wing. Or another Tempest. Actually, we are just back in the game if we get double Tempest. Well, we would also be dead, actually. We'll drop to 4 health. We don't have enough mana to 1-drop Ibo Tempest. So I'm not sure what I should replace here. Maybe this, actually. That's actually the worst. I can already kill everything with my face. That doesn't help. But it means we have a theoretical chance. So let's try it. Like this, we have a theoretical chance. Fucking Twin Fang, man. 42 health. You would have also maybe saved us. Mana Burn. Mecanto was lethal anyway. A little bit of BM. It was a cool game. Maybe he just switched decks. You know, that's also possible. Because it doesn't make sense that he has room for everything. So maybe he just switched decks. Because he's also playing a decent amount of early game. He has the Scimitar, Primus Fist Jaxi, you know. That's more than Abokadani plays, for example. And he doesn't have space for 2 Zurel with all the other Magma cards. Let's re-chat, I'm behind. Duelyst 2 look pretty dead when last Triddy played set. Yes, it's very dead. To be fair, this game is also not exactly alive, but it's also super new. It's not even released. Let's keep that for Flash Archon. We already have some kind of curve. Did Ghoster hijack Scientist account or what? Yeah, it looked a bit like a Ghoster driver deck. Except the Zurel was not a one-off, so maybe not. If Mesa survives his illness, yes. Yeah, he's sick. But yeah, Origins will get online matchmaking as soon as possible. 3+2 is definitely better, and then we can play this next turn, so it's not bad. Protect the Frenzy, but we also have to protect this thing from dying to Primus Fist, otherwise these 2 minions just kill my much better minions with a single Primus Fist, and we know he's playing it, so let's put it here. We won the first game against him. What went wrong in the 3 games after that compared to the first game? Every guy at him, right? I think that's what I should try to do. Just regaya him. I mean, I definitely have to go face if he's playing 2 Zurel, at least 2 Zurel. The thing is, we could have still won that game if Twin Fang wasn't in his deck. That's also a big issue. But the Zurels, surprisingly, we were not playing Twilight Stalker or anything. Surprisingly, we could deal with the Zurels. To be fair, if he had gotten better spawns, we couldn't have. But his second Zurel got very bad spawns. That made it a bit easier to deal with. There is the big Primus. You see, he has only 2 drops. I don't understand how can you have so many 2 drops but also play all Magma cards plus Zurels. I think he switched up decks. That's the best explanation. Also, we just lose the Twin Fang next turn already. Like, what could we have done this game, in this opener, to not just lose right now? Because if he has Twin Fang, we already lost right now. What could we have done to not just instantly lose now, right? That's what I'm not sure about. Maybe I just back off with my general instead of hitting that mini Jax and hit it with the Sword of Mech instead. And then hope we get a lot of Tempests. Maybe I should just play another deck against this Scientist deck. It's also interesting to play a bad matchup though. But it's really just the Twin Fang, I think. If we put something in the deck that deals with Twin Fang, then I don't think the matchup is bad. Then the matchup is pretty equal, I think. Well, let's just do stupid shit again. I protect these minions because that makes Twin Fang harder to pull off. If he has another Primus Fist with Twin Fang, we definitely just lose, because then this also trades into this or this, and yeah. We also have nothing in our hand that deals with Twin Fang. There it is. Like, he actually got perfect hand this game, so maybe I shouldn't really judge the matchup on this game. But there probably were things I could have done. It's just, if I didn't take the mana tiles, that would also have fucked me, right? Then he would just play Arcan too early when I didn't have Martyrdom. Well, I did have it in my hand. I preserved it. I don't know. But yeah, we're basically dead. I think I should even keep this. That gives us some kind of chance to live over time. Like, if we, because then we can kind of run away, like airdrop here. Then we die to Tracer, of course, but at least he didn't have another Primus Fist with this shit, but he does have another 2-drop. You see, it's definitely not an Abra deck, because he has the ability to play every Magma card with Zurels, but also a lot of 2-drops. I don't get it. So yeah, if we have Tempest, I think we need to replace this for Tempest, then we have a bit of a chance. Yeah, like I said, I just lose to Twin Fang on turn 2 or 3, whatever it was. Let's not switch decks yet. Let's see what we can actually do against this. Let's rechat as well. 42 attack versus dominance. Yep. Casually show up, Siren and Green Chicken for comparing the game to Duelyst 2. Now, that was a joke because of Zurel. Zurel was kind of like Jay's shit on Dreamsloth meme. Not my own. I didn't mind Zurel that much in Dreamsloth game. Was not the card I loved the most or anything, but I didn't hate it like Jay. And this version is, you know, this version should not be hateable. Oh shit, he has to go. Someone else, chat? They actually were fun games, even though I have no clue what to do against that deck. But yeah, the Disrael doesn't really seem hateable because it doesn't have airdrop in flying. Like, yeah, I think this version is fine. Of course, it's not fine with Flash, but nothing is fine with Flash, so... scientifically optimized lizard game, the future is now, yep. We need a new opponent though. I also really need to pee. So, chat, tell me who's gonna play me while I take a piss. Okay, I'm back. Maybe me? Nice, we can play Zowie. Also, Bladem, if you're still here, can you talk about your plans for Gauntlet? I'm curious if you're gonna do the same that you designed for Dreamslow version, or if you're gonna make some edits. I'm not saying that as a way to say you should edit it, because I would personally not know what to edit, but you know, it's been, what, fucking 1.5 years or something, or 2 years even, I don't know, since you released Gauntlet, so I thought maybe you had new ideas. And I know you got cocked a lot by certain lizards in Dreamsloth, so maybe there were certain things you wanted to do but couldn't, weren't allowed to, cock-blocked. Let me see, Zowie online? Yes. Zowie saving the stream, because yeah, the previous few streams I had to cut off the stream earlier than I wanted to every time because there was nobody to play. Very sad. Oh, I see in Discord there is someone called Freakisks. I guess that's Tocious, right? And he says he would play if he could pass the black screen. Let's keep playing this meme, the version 2. Yeah, the version 1 was more successful at the moment, but I think that's more of a matchup thing. Because, you know, Solhit was of course not playing Magmar. Again, I don't think this deck is even bad against Magmar if it doesn't play Twin Fang. We need a 2-drop. There we go. Ah, that's the better one. Probably just keep this hand. Because if this gets Spectral Bladed, I can't play this. Maybe I should just replace this. How good is this against Abyss? Void Pulse doesn't do 3 damage anymore, so it's probably pretty good. As long as I'm not next to my own minions. Yeah, I think you know, we can also just check what happens, right? If we play this, let's see if he has punishes for it. I still need to learn the matchups in this version of the game a lot. I'm very rusty in general, but there's also just a bunch of new things, so... No Spectral Blade, that's nice. Maybe I should have just played Mystic or put the wing here because of Spectral Blade. Maybe that was a misplay in general. I don't want this to be near that thing. Abyss can be quite bursty, but we do have a lot of healing in the deck. So I'll replace this for mech pieces and shit. That's also not bad. I just can't really put a provoke in a relevant spot. That's the issue, but I think I don't actually care. I like not playing this yet because I can always drop this in the tile with a 3-drop, and guess what? I got a 3-drop. But yeah, sometimes you want to actually walk into the tile, so that's why I put the Mystic here. The other reason is that I don't want this to ping the Mystic and then he kills it. Now, nothing dies on board at the moment. And he didn't have Spectral Blade last turn, so I don't expect him to have it this turn. If he does, that would be decent. He gets a good kill on this. But I did need to deny this mana. In this version of Duelyst, even though Dark Transform is 5 mana again, everyone has been playing it. So I think I should replace this. I don't think this is going to be good. It's also too early anyway. We're on fucking 4 mana. I'm actually kind of missing Primus Fist in this deck myself. Oh shit. Oh no, that's not shit. We have fucking Tempest. I forgot for a moment that Tempest does 3 damage again. Ooh. Almost. 1 mana off. That's awkward. Because it makes me not want to take this tile so that I can do this turn, next turn maybe. Like, I can just run away and then he can't kill anything off, but then he takes this tile, and then I can't do this anyway. And if I block this tile, then he gets Death Watch, and then this closes off. You know, I do have Tempest again, so it might not matter too much if it closes off, but I would still rather not have it happen. Because, you know, sometimes you get unlucky and you just never get Tempest. I've already had that happen in this version of the game, because that's the nature of card games, right? I think I have no choice but to deny this. I need to spread out. Because it's Abyss. This dies on board if I put it there, but here it dies to that. That's also not good, and I can't have things right next to each other everywhere. Man, this is horrible positioning, but you know, Breath of the Unborn and shit exists. This could be my turn next turn. It's very passive, but this is a one-off. It's just there in case my face gets dispelled, then I can eat it and get my range back. Or if my mech dies into Zir, because you don't transfer the keywords to Zir. So then I can give Zir ranged. So I will probably just replace this because it dies to fucking Void Pulse. And yeah, you want to keep this for the very late game to eat and get ranged. Night Sorrow? Yeah. That's fine-ish. I think Bladam is not here because I don't see any new chat. Let's replace this. Yeah, it's not worth martyrdoming. I don't get much healing out of this, but that's fine, I guess. I don't want to hit this with my general, because then I give him an extra raidling. Very passive, but I am not drawing Tempest, so I think it's necessary, because he could be playing Soul Grimoire, and that card is very scary. It's kind of like Twin Fang. And I make sure that nothing is next to each other, except this, of course, because it's Zeal. What am I supposed to do? How much mech? 40. We don't have a 2-drop to combine with this at the moment, which is sad. Okay, no new Death Watch, that's nice. Now he drops the big boys. Yeah, exactly. That was to be expected. We do have Martyrdom for that at least. But no Tempest for the shitters. That's the problem. It's also a problem that we're not exactly ahead and we're playing against Zowie, you know? Because his decks are very strong in the late game. That's typical for his decks. I would rather go face with Regalia than play Rejuve. Regalia is going to be garbage too, though, because he's going to have a lot of 1/1s. I don't feel like playing this, I think, because it's my only immo target for next turn. Yeah, let's martyrdom this. We can also just face tank it. We don't need to martyrdom that. But we don't have much else to do anyway. And yeah, also if we don't martyrdom this, we can't clear the 1/1s. Now at least we can kill 3 1/1s. Maybe I do play this and just gamble Academy, and because Regalia is so bad into these, yeah. And it makes it awkward for him if I play a Frenzy minion. He still has a decent amount of Death Watch here. Hey, Tempest, 1 turn too late, as usual. Also, we don't have a minion to immo with, because I played this. Nice. But yeah, immo might not be necessary now. Tempest is gonna do the job fine. I'm just worried that, you know, we get everything 1 turn too late, so now he's gonna Soul Grimoire and then it doesn't matter anymore. I wanted to put this in a more relevant position, but Grasp and Breath of the Unborn are threatening cards. Because now if this is near me, then Soul Grimoire is less of an issue. He doesn't get that many triggers this turn on Soul Grimoire. I mean, we have a lot of healing, is what I'm trying to say. We can take 1 big hit. We just can't take 2 or 3. Rev. Oh, now we get an even better Tempest, because he's hitting that. That's great for us. That is... I've never been so happy to see Rev. This is definitely the best Rev I've ever seen in my life. I do want to replace for the next Tempest. He respects the Tempest himself, cashes in the 1 damage. I don't have minions to immo with twice anyway. Here the question is Regalia or Rejuve. I would say Regalia. I mean, Regalia has Rush is the thing. And this doesn't. This gives me some board. It's weaker into Spectral Blade, but this is also not great into Spectral Blade. Yeah. I'll play this just because it doesn't have Rush. Well, it is a minion I can immo with. Just in case I get cocked with the minions again. Here it's harder for him to block me than here. Because he needs 2 minions to block me. It's also harder to play around immo this way, right? I think so. I actually did get cocked on the minions. I have a lot of minions in his deck. So I actually made the correct play Regalia so that I can potentially immo. If he plays a Vorpal Reaver, I can face tank it. It only does 2 damage. So yeah, the... Oh wait, was it black screen all the time? I hope not. When I went to OBS, my screen was black in the stream. Was it black for you guys all the time? I hope not. The game has been pretty interesting so far, so... Zowie will probably also play Zurel now that I think about it. I definitely need to face him a bit. Blood Moon. Okay, that's great for me. Probably just immo that. This is still a very good answer to Revenant. This can go face. You know what? There's no way I don't draw any minions again. I'll just keep this hand and I'll get another minion. And even if I don't, this plus this is probably going to be a good 9 mana turn anyway. So. And yeah, I like this play because it sets up lethal pretty much. That's also why I want to keep this immo. Because if we do get a minion now, then we kind of have lethal. There we go, there are the minions. Now we threaten to do 8 damage, right? So we might kill him without ever turning into mech. We're not even that close, only 60% at 9 mana and no mechs in hand. But yeah, I don't care how I win. The only thing that's important is that I win. It was a surprisingly weak turn. Because, again, it's Zowie. He should have a lot of big boys. But he didn't really have any big boys to play there. Oh yeah, that's a card I totally forgot about. That was another reason why you don't want to be next to your minions. Oh, he also gets hit. Did he click the wrong thing? Void Pulse. How much does it heal nowadays? Is it 2-2 split? Yes, it's a 2-2 split, okay. Then we actually win, or... Yes, we still win. If he had a Mystic or another Void Pulse, it would not be game over yet. He knew it. He just knew it. I guess because I played fast, and I normally don't do that. I normally don't play fast. Yeah, that was an interesting game. Could have been tough if he had big boys on 8 mana to deal with my Regalia. Oh, offline? Maybe... Oh, there he is. Was black for a second? Oh, okay. If it's for a second, then it's fine. Okay, he's also changing decks. Maybe we should also change decks. This is literally the first time... No, not the first time. We won one game against Sai with this. It's the second time we won a game with this version of the deck. Yeah, we do have triple immo indeed. 3 circle. So the not 3 copies are the cannon, the chassis, the rejuve and a sword. Sword and rejuve 2 times. And then this finishes off that, yeah. Yeah, let's play this a bit more. And after that, maybe try the Venner deck that I built after playing against Solofit. I didn't try that Venner deck at all, but it was inspired by the stuff I saw Sola play. He was mixing up his deck a lot. He was changing it every game. So I didn't actually steal his deck, but actually I really should keep at least one Tempest. It's very risky, but we do have a lot of 2-drops. We have Windblade, Mystic, Helm, Wing. Actually that's it, but that's 12, so that's still a lot. Punished. Yep, completely punished. At least you don't automatically lose this matchup if you don't have a turn 1 play, if you have Tempest in hand, and we do. This is always a comeback mechanic, and this is also amazing against Venner. I don't know yet what he plays. I think it's better to get the attack on the board. The thing is also, if I go here hit and then Mystic myself, I have to play into Chrome Cold kind of by putting it here or here, or I can put it behind my back, but then it doesn't threaten a tile. Actually, I would just drop this Windblade, semi-backline to play around Chrome Cold. The thing is, with Mystic I can't do this. Technically I can, but then I don't get the heal value out of it. And on top of that, it doesn't have 4 attack, unlike this. So I think it's better to play the Windblade here. I could have also done double 2-drop, but I felt like if he gives me this free punch, I should take it. Maybe I should have just double 2'd anyway, though. He's probably playing Hailstone Prison, so... I played around Chrome Cold and now I'm getting Chrome Cold. It's classic. It's fine though. Our hand is still ass. Only because I kept Tempest in my opening hand. It does look good at the moment that I kept the full heal value of Mystic, because we're kind of low. What the fuck is this, man? Am I really supposed to heal fucking Martyrdom that thing? Now I wish I had to play double 2 last turn. Then I would at least draw 2 cards at the end of my turn. This is of course worse because the Hard Sister lives. I could hit the Hard Sister and then tempo equip Regalia. I do think equipping Regalia is definitely the best play here. I like it this way. Now I can kill this for free. And I force him to suicide this if he wants to deal with my Regalia, and it doesn't actually deal with Regalia yet, right? He still needs another ping. And it also forces him to hit my face with his general this turn if he has a ping in hand, like another Chrome Cold. Which means he can't walk into this tile, which might be relevant. Like then he can't play Archon, for example. I don't care about Archon with this Martyrdom, but tempo, Razorback, don't care. Maybe he's playing some kind of phase Venner, that's how it feels at the moment. We do have a lot of healing in the deck. Yep, there's another Chrome Cold. I'll replace one of these. Need to find healing in case he is playing some kind of dangerous... Now with a Regalia on my face, this can't attack twice with Spirit of the Wild. So I think it's fine to keep this up, just so that I can also put a Mystic on board. Besides, if I play a Mystic with this turn, I actually kind of heal for 4. If I Regalia kill this, I don't heal for 4. I instead take 2. So, surprisingly, clearing board feels worse here. Of course, if he has the last Chrome Cold, it will be very strong here. It would clear Regalia and kill my Mystic. But he played 2. It shouldn't happen. Also, we got Rejuve, that's nice. Yeah, normally I would definitely clear a Razorback, but... drawing an extra card, getting a minion on board, kind of healing more, while also pressuring his face. That's not bad. That looks like an elemental or something. No. He's just putting it in an irrelevant space. Oh no, that way. Also makes sense. Maybe this will be a Tempest turn. No, doesn't look like a Tempest turn. Awkward. I think I will just tank this. Could of course also immo, but then I don't use my Regalia this turn. It's actually a very good positioning by Zowie this turn. Even though there is an immo, there isn't an immo, and it makes my Regalia not great with his positioning. I'm never martyrdoming a fucking 4/4 vanilla. Because he probably wants to... No, I don't want him to run away from... the last Chrome Cold could be such a punish that I do respect it a little bit. But now this Chrome Cold is not that great, even though it clears Regalia. Because I put the Rejuve here instead of the Mystic, the Chrome Cold at least doesn't kill my minion. I also block him from hitting my face, and that's relevant because it means my Regalia is not dead on board. That's why I did this positioning. I was thinking about putting the Mystic here too, so that, yeah, exactly, so that they can't go into the corner, but then I was like, it's actually not bad for me if he goes into the corner, right? That sucks for him. Wow, that Razorback got a lot of value. Oh, Repulsor Beast. Oh, must be an Avalanche deck then. Maybe I get okay, thankfully no, because Avalanche would have been better than putting the Razorback into that, but I don't see why he would play. He is playing some kind of phase Venar. Man. Good, I found the healing and that I play a lot of healing. Now I also know I should watch out a bit. Because we could die to Spirit of the Wild kind of place. Last Heart Sister. Now I feel like playing the Tempest. We could Martyrdom or Mystic first for a bit of heal. 3, 4, 5, but then we can only play Stupid Wing with that. Wait, we have 0 mech progress? What the fuck? Probably not replace this, because then we can maybe play 2/2 robs with the Tempest. Yeah, let's replace this, because we're never going to get mech this game. That's something we can play. I'm thinking about just martyrdoming that, because this doesn't look like a deck with big minions. Nah, this also heals. I will play these 2 cards instead. This protects me more than this, in case he plays Tiger, then he could play Minion Tiger. I know we're not that to his stupid Tiger, but just in case. Put this in front, because that means he can't hit us in the face with an answer on this card, like Aspect of the Fox, Hailstone Prison works, but... Yeah, if he had some transform for this blocks him from hitting our face now. Zir could be nice. It's usually bad against Venar, of course, but maybe I can suicide myself, then it's not bad at all. And it's actually very strong. Jax, holy shit. I hope he's dead, otherwise we are dead. Well, there's only 2 things actually. So let's check. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. We need 2 more damage. That's definitely doable in this deck. It does make it less likely that I die if I martyred on one of these things. So actually, let's replace this. Yes, it can hunt down these things, but it's more important that I don't die to Razorback next turn. Oh, there's the 2 damage. We have the mana for that as well. Yeah. Okay, nice. Perfect replace. Pretty sure that's the last Regalia, so that's pretty lucky. But a second Immo, a second Tempest would have also worked. So there were quite some outs. And yeah, I don't think we would have died if I hadn't replaced into lethal. I would have just done an Immo play to pressure Merlot and make sure he can't play Flame Blood without killing himself. And then clear the Jax in the top corner. And then I would count if I could still die to Razorback, Spirit of the Wild. If I could, I would martyr on one of the mini Jaxes. And then, of course, also play Mystic, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, replacing into lethal makes that turn a lot easier. Now he's changing the deck again. I really didn't expect the Jax there. Because, you know, he's playing some kind of face deck. But yeah, Jax was bad there at least. That's the good news. Even if we didn't have lethal and we didn't replace into Tempest, Jax was not great there. Because he was in the corner himself, blocking a spawn. 2 other minions died on board. And the ones in the corner, yeah, didn't really care. That was actually also an idea I had for this Lion Azir mech. Was to play True Strike, because then you can find the cards you need more easily. I got that idea when I was getting annoyed that I could never draw 1 of 3 Tempests against Solovit's Venar. And then I was like, well, it's actually not a bad idea in general, not just to find Tempest, but also to find mech pieces, especially in the second version of the deck with only 1 cannon, only 1 chassis. Yeah, it fits your deck. It also makes it a bit more likely you can pull off funny things with Zir, because that's the whole point of the deck, is to do fun shit with mech and Zir, having a bunch of extra lives. Because with this deck, your general can become 2 other types of generals. There are 3 types of generals in this deck. That's pretty cool, right? And then it also helps you answer shit. That's also nice. It allows you to kill 4 health minions with Tempest. Allow you to kill 5 health things with Immo. That kind of shit. Or just... Pings are just very useful in general. This new True Strike just seems pretty good. I just don't see how I can put it in the deck. I don't have space for it. The version with 1 Zurel, my old version that I played against Solovit, I could probably fit it in. If I'm not too picky about what I play. Like I could do the same as with the new deck. That I go to 1 cannon, 1 chassis. And then... Oh yeah, the sun drops I would cut, right? Yeah, then I would go to 1 chassis, 1 cannon, cut the sun drops for a 3rd Immo or 3rd circle, and a True Strike, and then the 2 mechs I take out also become True Strikes. So then what would be the change compared to this version 2? I would not have rejuves. I play 2 right now, and then I would no longer have 2 rejuves. And what is the other thing? I don't remember. We had a bit of practice against Magmar versus Sai, but I'm really not sure what this deck is supposed to do against Twin Fang. These cards actually are relatively good against Twin Fang, that's why I didn't replace there. Because I can force him to take charges off his Twin Fang. It's not the same deck because he's net selecting it. Scientist was not playing net select. Okay, he changed his mind. But I'm pretty sure he has a net select in hand. This card can be very good against Magmar, but it's too early. If I put this wing here now, then it doesn't actually die on board because of the provoke here, so I like this positioning. It's aggressive. I keep a lot of mana tiles open, which makes it hard for him to back off. If he does, I can probably punish him. Elucidator. He's also playing some kind of phase mark. Now I'm worried that he's also playing Twin Fang. Do I take this tile away from him? I probably should. Just hit and play a rejuve, right? And all these other cards can be very good. I think I also should keep the Tempest because I expect Twin Fang. And it's also very good for Vindicators. I need this for Flash Archon kind of stuff. Regalia is just amazing against Magmar. And this also helps with Twin Fang. And it's something I can play next turn together with Martyrdom. So yeah, I think I should just not replace. And let's deny the mana from him. He can still take this mana, but that at least is not an Archon. I don't want him to Archon yet, because it will be 6 mana to play this plus this, and I'm on 5. If he Flash Archons now, then I at least have a Mystic to play with the Martyrdom, so I don't care anymore. But yeah, there's a difference between walking into 6 mana and summoning into 6 mana, right? Summoning into 6 mana means you can't play a 6-drop. So that's why I denied this tile instead of this tile, because that was also a possibility. That looks like a Harvester play. Yep. I'm not sure if I care about that though, because it also hurts him. And I can just slowly assemble mech pieces. I'm wondering if I care about it, because it's kind of hard to go face with Regalia here. Because he's probably playing a lot bigger minions than this. This plus this even deals with Elder, which is otherwise just an auto win. Yeah, I don't really want to waste removal on that. What I will do instead is force this to take damage from my minions, and then I can clean it up with a Tempest or an Immo. I hope I draw minions at the end of my turn for Immo, because I don't think I will replace. I like the answers, and this plus this could be very strong next turn. And then what I'm gonna do is corner provoke him and go face, because I have this and this and this. I actually have decent damage set up over the next few turns. And then I make sure this can't go face without him spending cards. And if he instead kills this with the Harvester, I'm happy, because then it's in Tempest range. If he like metas and goes face with this, then it's also still in Tempest range or Immo range. But I didn't get a 2-drop to play with Immo. But then I can also just clean it up with Regalia if I really have to. These are both one-offs. These are the only one-offs in my deck. But they're not necessarily bad, especially this one. Why? Because mana burn. Okay, this is why I said I don't think I mind if this lives, because now this cleans up the Mercantor. So yeah, I'm not... Oh, I think he wanted to move here, but he got roped. I could punish him really hard if I replace him to 2-drop for the Immo. Plus, I'm keeping this one, because like I said, if he mana burns my face, I want to get ranged back. But the spell immunity doesn't do anything, because mana burn targets spaces. There we go, we got the punish. And now we didn't martyrdom this thing against what is probably a big minion deck. I'll just hit face and not play around Mercantor, because it's more threatening than walking 2 tiles away. Then I give him time, and he's probably playing a slow deck. I think that would be a misplay to play around Mecanter, because if he Mecanters now, I can just Regalia Tempest, and then he's almost dead. And yeah, if I walk away, I can't keep pressuring him. Instead, he has a net select. He can't play Archon with it, which is great, because I don't want to Martyrdom him. Greater Force, really? Yeah. I didn't expect that. Because, well, I don't know what to think about this deck anymore. It doesn't seem like a classic big minion Zowie deck, but it's, yeah, it's indeed some kind of face deck. Just haven't seen Twin Fang. Since he's playing some kind of face deck, it might be good to keep these two. And maybe I can just Martyrdom that. How much mech progress? Only 20. So maybe I should just replace this, even though it's a one-off. Yeah, I think so. We're so far away from becoming mech anyway. Okay, now we really have no choice but to Martyrdom Regalia. So we're healing him for 2 this turn, which is a bit sad, but we do have Regalia on an empty board. That's very strong. Now also every Mecanter he draws is bad. Doesn't do anything. And we got a Martyrdom back in case he does play big boys. So that's good news. And yeah, if he's indeed playing a face deck, maybe he's not playing things to deal with Zir. Maybe he's not playing meta. Even if he is, we can play around meta, right? He's playing net select though, so we have to watch out a bit with playing this on an empty board. This would have been nice last turn. I would have definitely just killed the Rejuve with my own face instead of healing him and risking losing to big boys that he might still be playing. I don't expect it anymore, but you never know, right? There's the Elder. He is playing random big boys. And we have the one answer in it, the one answer in the deck to it, which does mean we heal him to full, but otherwise we just lose to that thing. What do we replace then? After this we have only one more Martyrdom, so next Elders could be problematic. Then we need the Immo to stall the eggs and pressure his face. I could even consider... This reminds me of Sai. Like, I don't understand how there is space for all this. Because he was playing stuff like Elucidator, but then he also has Elders. Just like Sai playing a Twin Fang deck, but he also has at least 2 Zurel. Maybe they're the same person. I'm starting to think that. Maybe 2 Zirs is a bit too greedy. I don't really have time to play that at the moment. That's perfect. Now I actually have something to play with this. We have to hit him first to get more value out of this. And now he can't play the next Elder, so it's fine that we don't have the last Martyrdom. We got lucky though, that we drew a new Martyrdom at the end of the turn. The Tempest I had preserved for a long time. That was not luck. This Tempest was skill. The second Martyrdom was luck though. I'm actually scared of Mecanter Greater for now that I think about it, because I just remembered he was playing it. Oh, what? He's playing them combo as well? How is that possible? How is that possible? How can you play Elder and combo in the same deck? And still have normal turns? I don't understand this. Well, now we know. But both Sai and Zowie, I don't understand how can they have space for all this. And look, that combo is a lot of cards. I don't understand how could he have normal turns and then just kill me on 8 mana anyway. Actually, it was 9 mana, the first 9 mana turn. So we got lucky that game, but then we also got unlucky. The fact that he had normal turns and then had the combo on 9 immediately anyway was pretty unlucky. But now we know, so now we can actually play around it. Because, you know, we have the counter to that in our deck. Zir. I just really didn't expect that. I also forgot that that combo existed, because it kind of got removed in Dreamsloth. But again, I also would have never expected it in an Elder deck. Never. And we have another way to play around Elucidator in the deck. And that is the minion I played that turn, Silverguard Knight. I could have moved to the wall and then Perfect Provoked. Then I would not have died to that combo as well. Okay, actually getting high rolls here for the mech. So I'm just keeping this. Martyrdom is great. Otherwise we just lose the Portal Guardian the turn it's played. But yeah, I really didn't see that one coming, so Zowie got me good there. There is the Portal Guardian. Meh. We don't have to Martyrdom at this very turn. So let's do it like this. I can't take the tile that he's threatening to take, otherwise I get frenzied. So I have to do it like this, unfortunately. But it does mean nothing dies on board. He's self-blocking himself to kill the Mystic, for example. He could just pump this 3 times. That's pretty easy if you have Primus Fist. And First Wishes. And yeah, maybe we don't need to Martyrdom this in general. That would be nice. It would be nice to preserve this for Scarabs or Portal Guardians at points in the game where it's more threatening. Because now it's a bit slow when I have this opening and this thing has no attack. For example, if he clears this with his face hit and 2 attack on the Portal Guardian, then I'm really happy to not have Martyrdom that. I'm fine to trade this plus a General Punch plus this into that. Which just shows how crazy Portal Guardian is. But I'm fine with this trading with a 4-drop, a General hit and a 1-drop. Pyro. That's a reason to play True Strike. Big boys are very good against Vet, but it's also too early for this. It's a bit annoying that I will line up for Blast if I clear that with my General and this thing. So I could also just suicide the Helm of Mech into that, which is not a bad idea, I think, anyway, because then I can also walk 2 forward and this thing is in an irrelevant position anyway. I also kind of want to hit this and Circle of Life hit, but to do that I need to line up for Blast as well. I don't want to Martyrdom that fucking thing. So let's just play this. Now this is better into First Wish on the Primus Fist. Let's just waste the heal. You know what, in that case I will just line up for Blast and don't care. Keep this thing on the board, which means it can walk into the tile next turn. I also really shouldn't care about this 3 damage on my face. It's better to preserve board, especially when I'm playing semi-Yulionar. Hand is a bit awkward, but the Tempest is nice, potentially. I know he gets a pretty good Star Fury, but he can't combine it with Third Wish yet, so that's why I didn't care too much about it. If he had 6 mana, I would have cared about it, because then with the airdrop of the Dervish here, he could Third Wish. And that would just be too much damage. That was to be expected. Now we're getting kind of late-ish in the game to the point that I probably want to keep this. Rushes just to steal and clear, that makes sense. This plus this is a play that's possible. Nah, I need to replace this, my hand is too bad. And if I need to martyrdom this, I really need to keep this for other shit. That's perfect, actually. Because now I can provoke this, and then it's actually not that good of a minion. Do I want to hit face? We do have Circle of Life, after all. That is pretty bursty nowadays, though. But if he's playing some kind of greedy deck... This is good for Aymara, I just realized. No, I don't really feel comfortable hitting it. I don't think we're really ahead yet. Because, you know, he can just play whatever he wants after hitting twice here. He just has 6 mana to do whatever he wants. So if he plays an Archon or something, I need my health. There's Aymara. That's fine though, because we have Circle. We don't even have to Circle. We can also immo that and take 10. Because he can't Star's Fury, Russia's Curse, Third Wish yet to kill us after that. So we can drop to 12 and keep this for the next Aymara. I kind of like that. Why? Because then we actually get something on the board. And you know, that is absolute garbage at getting rid of your board. On 9 mana, this would not be a play. I would just kill myself, but... I think Tempest is the worst here now. How much mech progress? 40, so getting kind of close. But yeah, the time of small minions is over, I think. Regalia, he did play well Russia's Curse, but it's probably still gonna be replaced next turn. Possibly. Because Circle of Life has skipped my turn. And he's gonna have more Aymaras anyway. So this is a Giga Chat play, obviously. But I think I can afford to do that because I didn't play Thing last turn. I didn't hit his face last turn, I mean. Actually, we suddenly got fucking mech on 7 mana out of nowhere. That might also be played. Then I also don't care about my health that much, right? I will drop my health anyway. Jax. Okay. I forgot there was a card that just replaced my fucking Tempest. Now we die. Give my Tempest back, please. So much skill. Yeah, I kind of forgot that that's a thing you can play in VET. We're very low, so we're gonna play around Star's Fury 100% and definitely not hit. It's very important that I put this thing here and not that thing, because that... No, wait. Yeah, like if you put the helm here and then sort of mech here, you can hit there and get a Star's Fury spawn. This is kind of safer than this, right? It's harder to block it here, though. But he's not really close to dying. He kind of is, because we can turn into mech. But this makes it more awkward too. This is better, I think. If I put it here, he can drop an Aymara here and then run away. If I put it here, he can't put the Aymara where he wants to. He would have to put Aymara here or something, and then maybe I just run away from it for a turn. Definitely can't hit. We could still die, even though we played around most of Vet's burst. And then I might feel sad for not Circle of Lifing the Aymara if we die this turn. Then I will have died to that play. But yeah, that's because, again, I didn't see a card coming. Just like last game when Zowie won, it was also because I didn't see something coming. I didn't see the Trilucidator coming. It's a good skill, unpredictability. If you can call it a skill, I'm not sure how you should call that. Piro? 3, 4, 5. And then with my general goes to 6, 11. So we're 3 damage of lethal at the moment. Oh, that's great for me. It does mean there's no way we can kill him. But it means he has only 1 Rush's Curse left. And that's really good for me because that makes it very hard for him to kill us. It will be... We can airdrop there and frenzy everything. It's just we take 2 damage, which means we drop to 6. But we heal for 4, so we are actually on 8. I don't really need to deal with this. I can just go face with mech. So I don't think there's a reason to frenzy in here and risk dying. I'll keep this, I think, to buff myself the next turns. I need to make sure no Russia spawns, no Star's Fury spawns can hit my general. Oh, I put it in the wrong place. I have an idea. Oh, I missed damage. I totally fucked up that turn in the end. I missed damage. But yeah, sacrificing that sort of mech there was indeed the correct play, at least. Because that means the Star's Fury spawn is also cleared. The Star's Fury spawn from the 3-1 can't hit me. But of course, I misplayed because I missed damage and this positioning was not proper, probably. I didn't really think about it in the end because I was roping. And something that was also wrong was the order, because if you play the mechs first, the BBS gets cheaper, and then maybe I could have played something else. I'm not sure. I didn't really do that properly at the end, obviously. Yeah, Fury, don't care. He does indeed do the Fury third wish play, but yeah, exactly. We don't care because we played around that. So we misplayed that last turn, but not to the point that it lost us the game. It was an interesting game as well. A lot of interesting games. Yeah, I just like this version of Duelyst, I think. Even when people play Magmar, I like the games. It's weird. GG's. Oh, he's gone. Sad. But yeah, they were good games. Let's read chat while we wait for a new opponent. Wanderer. Yeah, maybe everyone is just playing Wanderer lists nowadays. Maybe that's the meta. I don't know. But we need a new opponent. Nobody's online here. Let's check in Discord. Otherwise we have to turn off the stream and it will be very sad. While we wait for an opponent, let's look at that last game against Sai where I was like, not sure what we could do there. You know, when he had kind of the perfect opener and I was like, okay, if he's twin thing here, we lose, and we had it. I'm thinking if there's something I could do there. I mean, you could always replace Martyrdom for more minions, I guess, but he's also playing Flash Arcan in his deck. So, you know, he can do that the next fucking turn. But on the turn that I was like, okay, if I go clear the Jaxi with my general here, I die to Twin Fang. I wonder what could have been other lines of play. Here, to deny the Mana Tiles, I didn't really have another option. Like I said, I can't put it here because of Primus Fist, and he did indeed have it. And Primus Fist still kind of sucked because this dies to the mini Jax, to the Jaxi. But I did need to deny the Mana Tiles, I think. Maybe I didn't, I don't know. Well, I couldn't even play 2 minions if I didn't. And the only way I can deal with Twin Fang is if I have a lot of minions on board. So I don't think I could have changed something there. Again, so far the only thing that I felt like I could have changed is replacing the Martyrdom in opening hand. But if you have a turn 1 and a turn 2 in your hand and a Martyrdom, then it doesn't feel correct to replace against a faction that can play Archon on turn fucking 2. It's not that hard of a combo to get either. You just play triple of both. It's pretty consistent. When I played some kind of control Magmar against Macer, I got it quite often on 4 mana. Yeah, then here, the only other thing I could do is back off. In which case, I would kill the mini-jacks with this instead. Because I'm pretty sure he was playing Greater Fort. So then you actually can't really ignore this if they're playing Greater Fort. Because 3 damage for free every turn is a bit much. Without Greater Forts, I might have just backed off entirely. Because then you can get only one Twin Fang trigger. But the thing is, even if I back off, he can still tempo equip Twin Fang. Yes, I don't lose right the next turn, but I do lose a few turns later. Maybe this is just something you should do when deck building. I'm not sure if I can really play around it. Like, not with this deck, I mean. I could not stop him from playing 2/2 in the first 2 turns. And then yes, in this turn I can back off and then I don't die immediately to Twin Fang, but he can just march forward. I guess it's still better to back off though. Because then at least in theory it's possible that you like hit his face, double Tempest or something and deal with it that way. Yeah, this positioning also screwed me because I couldn't hit his face with the Mystic. Because then a Twin Fang would have been less problematic if this could hit face. But where else do I put it though? If I put it 1 down, it just dies to this. Or Primus Fist on this thing. But that's not even the only thing. Maybe I was supposed to kill the mini-jacks with the Sword of Kek. Just turn this into an egg with Argent. And then semi-backline these, but put them in spots where they can hit his face. Instead of this positioning where this is irrelevant. And he can dodge the Mystic, making Twin Fang playable. Even if the Mystic was in range, he could still Twin Fang just to do 1 big hit. And make sure that these minions die when they run into his face. It would still be good value. 3 mana, 5 million damage, and have 2 2-drops die in 1 hit is still amazing. Just 3 mana, 10 damage is already amazing. I think that's the damage he did or something. Was it? How much damage did he get on his face with this Twin Fang? It's 2 per hit, right? So you get plus, yeah, it is 10. I remember that correctly. It's a fucking 3 mana spiral technique. Except you still have 2 charges left. And after that, you're even more charged, because your general hit also charges it. It's just a really strong card. Sai's the first one that plays it against me. Which is a bit surprising, considering its strength. No, I didn't remember it correctly, it's fucking 8. It's still a spiral technique, but not 10 damage. What I was remembering is after he hits me in the face for a spiral technique, then it charges to 10. How the fuck can there also be Zurel Archon in this deck and Metamorphosis and shit? It's actually mind-boggling. I should maybe just ask in Discord to scientists for this deck. I would kind of like to try this. So if Tempest would have actually still made this a game, but a very unlikely game. Because we could Frenzy here, then move away, hit face with this. That would clear board except this thing. but we couldn't clear it, because then we're just begging to die. Then we can go here, block with the Mystic, and then if he doesn't have Mercantor, we might live, and then we might be able to stall another turn with Circle into Zir. So if I'd replaced the Tempest, there was actually still a chance this game, which makes me think, yes, I should have just backed off. Because even though I ran into death, if he had Twin Fang, and he did, I still almost had outs anyway. You know, he's on 3 cards, so maybe he is the only Magmar player that doesn't have Mercantor on 6. But if I had backed off, I would have had even more time to find Tempests and stall with Circle into Zir. So yeah, it was probably a misplay to just walk into that. I got baited a bit too much by the Jaxi. Maybe it was also a mental thing where I was like, nah, I have no chance. I do that sometimes. Well, if I feel like the matchup is bad or something, then it can be a bit YOLO for no good reason. That is also probably why that happened. So yeah, those were misplays. Got the Trail of Grindlord out today. Solar Sign Frog, the Prophecy is here, says Jay in Discord. So maybe he can play me instead of shouting about prophecies. Play me now. Can't. I probably get banned in Duelyst official for saying that, right? Okay. Play me now, bitch. That's accepted for some reason. Why is bitch okay and cunt isn't? They're both referring to females in a way, you know? Because bitches are female dogs of people that are not native speakers. And, you know, cunts are vaginas. And female dogs have vaginas. Play me now, bitch. Need an opponent. Fulfill the prophecy. So yeah, I'm replying to Jay in Discord. Maybe he will play us. That would be nice. Because then we don't need to end the stream right now. Looks like he's chicken. Yeah, he's not responding. Pretty sure Jay is a chicken. Where's the deathmatch thing that Jay always likes to do? Come on, play me, cunt. And why haven't I seen Jay in stream yet? I guess he still doesn't like Duelyst. Maybe that's why. Like Jay and Decoy I haven't seen yet since Duelyst came back for a 5th time from the grave. But I do like this version. It actually keeps me sane somehow and not mad, so... I think Decoy and Jay should give it a try if they didn't. If they didn't give it a try, but yeah, probably have to end the stream early, unfortunately. You need to ask him for a best of team, that's all he likes. Okay, let's do that. Wait, what's the term that you said exactly? Best of 10... No deathmatch or anything? Okay. I said best of 10 right now, pussy. Because Jay has a bit of pride. So that might entice him to play. Because he has some pride. If he doesn't play me, he's definitely a pussy. I'm pretty bad at the moment, so... You know, also, if you're a new player in chat, yes, I'm a world champion, but you're not helpless. I'm very bad at the moment. I didn't play this for... I don't even know how long, but... more than half a year. And I don't really know the new cards that well yet. And the new matchup things, blah blah blah, and I'm very rusty. So fight me. I'm not scary. You can look at my win rate. It's nothing special. It's like 50-50. That's not a world champion win rate, you know? Any new players in chat? Any old players? No? guess that's the end of the stream, boys. I'm sorry. But yeah, this game is kind of dead because it's not released yet. When I asked Maester though, he said that there might be ladder at the end of the month and beta release on Steam as well towards the end of this month. Not sure if they can do that because all those people working on this have a full-time job, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not Calvin, I think he's studying still, but that also means he's busy, and he's also moving to Japan, so I'm pretty sure he's busy too. Anyway, if they somehow can do all that shit while having full-time jobs, it means we can stream this more consistently pretty soon, just in 3 weeks. So let's hope for that. Yeah, there's nobody coming, and Jay is a pussy. You know, if someone pings me in Discord in the next few hours, I will just go back online. So yeah, maybe I'll stream again, but for now I'll have to quit. It's better to do something useful or play another game by myself instead of waiting for nothing. Kelvin graduated some days ago, I think. Oh, nice. Let's actually congratulate him in Discord. Where is he? Where the fuck is he? Oh, there. If he just graduated, indeed, congrats. That explains why he was drunk. I streamed yesterday, and then I pinged him, please play me, daddy, and he said I'm way too drunk to play. Maybe he was celebrating his graduation. Anyway, I do have to go now because there's nobody to play. So thanks for watching, everyone. It was nice that at the beginning of the stream, I couldn't even keep up with chat like the old days. That was the first time since I have been forced to stream on YouTube. And the first time since I returned, of course. Since Duelyst returned as well. Because for people that still don't really know what this 5th version of Duelyst is, it's based on an even older patch than Dreamsloth Duelyst 2. That's also why we have real Third Wish again. This one. Give 3 minions 3 attack. It's really shocking that that has felt pretty weak to me when they got Old Stars Fury Third Wish back. It feels a bit like during the times that Vanar was not good, where you kind of rely entirely on drawing Portal Guardian in the early game. So this is Fenrir, and then it can be okay, but if you don't, it's really tough. And they also have no removal as usual, which doesn't have to be a problem because Vat used to be top tier for a very long time without any removal besides Siphon, and that's not real removal. It's this spell that's not the same. So yeah, it's quite surprising that Unnerved Vet, which was probably the best faction in the patch this was based on, doesn't feel overpowered at all, but kind of weak. It makes me feel like maybe we were just bad back then. We didn't know how to play around Stars Fury Third Wish. There's one thing that's different though. Back then Portal Guardian had 9 health. And that's even more ridiculous, of course. I already think Portal Guardian is probably the best 3-drop. It's hard to say because Fenrir is more consistent. Because the 0 attack when you summon it can be a problem in some situations. So Fenrir is easier to play. Like it's always equally good, pretty much. While Portal Guardian, in some situations, it's a bit slow. So I find it hard to say which 3-drop is the best. But for me, it's or Guardian or Fenrir. Well, maybe Vindicator also should be nominated for sure. But it's not good on its own, right? It needs other minions to rush out. It's also very good. Actually, every faction has a top tier 3-drop, now that I think about it. Top tier, well, okay, Songhai doesn't. I don't think Lantern Fox is comparable to the other 3-drops. It's not bad, but I don't think it's comparable to Silverguard Knight, Portal Guardian, Fenrir, Knight Sorrow, Vindicator. Yeah, I feel like those 5 3-drops are pretty similar in quality, and then this one is a bit lower. It's hard to choose which one I would think is best. Oh, Jay replied in Discord, I know play Duelyst for a while, must slumber come back when the time is right for to burn the world until then and make the world beautifully right. Orc Chicken. That's my reply. Very funny reply. Anyway, let's actually close the stream instead of talking about 3-drops. Like I said, I might go on soon if someone pings me in Discord to play. Then I'll just restart the stream, but until then, bye and thanks for watching.